One, and we're live.
Swig.
And we are back with another episode of Austin Comedy Network. It's been a while, a few months, and now we are back to our return. We're here with two great friends of mine, two great comedians that have been in the Austin comedy scene for a while. You guys are both two people that I've been wanting to interview for a while. Swiggy has done an interview with me before. But I'm really interested in getting to know you guys a little bit better and talking to you guys about your opinions on comedy. What do you think about the Austin comedy scene? And hopefully we can get into several crazy stories on the way. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce you guys real quick. This is Sunny Carlin, local comedian out here in Austin. Woo. And then we got Swiggy!
Fucking Swiggy!
I feel like I should have won that competition.
Daniel won it.
Daniel, you won the impersonation competition, right?
You did win.
You did? And I feel like I was robbed. I feel like I was robbed of it. I practiced for so long. For years.
There's some good ones.
Yeah, Dan, you're good at it, but I feel like I was robbed. That's my hot take. I wanted to get right into it, throwing shade.
So first off, I wanted to ask you both your opinions on the Austin comedy scene. You guys have both been out here a considerable time. I remember you guys were both here in the beginning before a lot of the comedy clubs really got formed out here. What do you think about the growth of the city of Austin, the comedy scene out here?
That's pretty cool. Like 4 years ago, kind of the Lucky Duck was the spot, and that's like pretty much where we all kind of like met each other. Really, like I think that's where you and me met.
Yeah,
was at Lucky Duck.
Yeah, I think I met you for the first time at Lucky Duck
like
too.
Yeah, big one. I still go to that like almost every week.
Yeah, it's like that's where the competition was. The one that I got robbed from winning.
At the time, at the time,
Daniel fucking bribed them. I swear to God.
You had to get sick.
At the time, during the end of COVID, Lucky Duck was actually, if not definitely the most popular mic at the time.
Yeah. You'd have like people like fucking Casey Rocket, Adam Lucky, like Chris Reese, like all these people would come there. Genevieve would go pop up there, and everybody would just be everything. All the hierarchy was
You'd
diminished.
have like Tom Siska and Agabar.
Yeah, one time Andrew Schultz fucking showed up at the Lucky Duck mic. Like he showed up there with like the punching machine is at the front still, and like I was walking by and I was hosting. And I see this guy that just looks like Andrew Schultz. Sorry.
During that time before the comedy clubs got open, even Tony was around here doing a lot of the local shows and spots. You know?
Like the first show I ever hosted was at the Green Jay. Like, you remember a guy named Trevor Kevelo? He does like Corrupted Comedy and like the Dojo of Comedy and shit. He has one in like New York, I think. I don't know if he's affiliated with it. But I was hosting this show. And it was the first time I ever hosted. I was doing comedy for like maybe a week, and Tony was gonna drop in, and then like Trevor tells me that that's what's gonna be happening, and I'm like freaking out because like, oh shit, like this is an actual fucking like comedian that's like coming here, and I was like imposter syndrome kind of thing. I was like, what the hell's going on here?
Yeah.
And I only said one thing to him. I said, hey Tony, you're going up in 10 minutes, and he looks at me and he goes, okay, if I'm doing well, light me at 10. But if I'm not doing well, light me at 8. And I'm like, I have the power to determine this right now. Like I have the power to determine how long Tony Hinchcliffe is on stage. It's a horrible mismanagement. So I talked to the producer and I'm like, hey, Trevor, like, what do you want to do? He goes, light him at 8. And so, I held up my phone, gave him the light, and he stops and he goes, I'm getting the light. That hasn't happened in 9 months. And I'm like, yeah, my career is over. Like in just 1 week, I'm just like, I lit Tony Hinchcliffe there, and like about 4 years ago
For the first time in 8 months.
That's the highlight. Yeah, that's a credit right there.
And essentially, because of what he told you before, you told him his set sucked with that light a little bit.
Yeah, I have a feeling that he's just like, he always kind of like zeroed in. Like he just like zoomed in with his fucking piercing blue eyes. Like, I don't know if you ever had the opportunity to look directly into his fucking eyes, but it's terrifying. Yeah. It's like that Darth Vader music starts fucking playing every time I look at him. It's so intimidating. He checks me for wires the last time I was around him because we look like fucking detectives right now from Hawaii, bro. Like we look undercover detectives. And so I'm looking like this all of the time. I'm a little scruffy right now, but like
you and I both.
Dude, when I have a mustache, just a mustache, bro, like people don't sell me drugs. Like they won't do it, and that's why I started growing this out because
I used to have a curly mustache with like you put the mustache wax in.
Yeah.
And like I thought it was ridiculous. But I remember when I would go to bars and like chicks would be like, "Let me touch your mustache," and they'd be like, "That is pretty." I kept it for. And then I haven't done it in a while, but I think
So for a second there, you knew what it was like to have black people hair.
No, I collect that shit. I collect it. I'm a very passive Dahmer, dude. Like I just collect the body hair. It's like if I don't kill them.
So let me get your opinion, Swiggy. What have you thought about this last 3 years that you've been in Austin?
It's definitely growing and stuff. It's pretty wild. I feel like there's always been like a lot of mics out here and whatnot. So I feel like I just be like hitting them and whatnot. I'm just trying to.
Yeah, and in the same breath, it's also a lot different from those times because, during that time, it seemed like there was a lot of mics, but there was maybe like 10 mics a week. Now we're up to probably like 20, 25 plus.
Yeah.
It's
definitely nice. It's like the difference between like everyone had like most people had like a community college like comedy scene that they did where it's like it's a smaller town. You only have like 1, 2, 3 venues or something like that potential. It's like very bottlenecked and there's not a lot of people there, and so there's people that will really excel in those community college comedy scenes and just grow and like do their basically their like associates or their bachelors in comedy and like get all the way up to the point where they can headline, and then they come here to like one of the new like the big 3 kind of thing. But it's like I feel like this is just like the J. Cole of the big 3 where it's like it's like gonna talk
middle
some shit.
child.
Yeah, talk some shit for a second and then just like bows out a little bit and just kind of just I'm just gonna go play basketball. I'm gonna go ride my bike and get kicked out of Tesla like because they think I'm a homeless man.
So there's a particular question I wanted to ask you both, as you guys both have very similar personalities in the way that we're
We
wild
slay
people.
the pussy.
Yeah, we're
Because we slay the fucking pussy, dude. That's why.
and this is including myself. I'm also a little bit of an eccentric person, but because of that, I get to get into the shit all the time. And I wonder, what's the craziest thing you've seen while living in Austin doing comedy?
The other day I was walking with Daniel and there's this like diaper lady pouring soda down her diaper. All
Yeah.
over her
Oh,
vagina.
I think her name's She-Hulk. That's what they call her.
I was
Yeah.
I was definitely pretty. I was like, well, it is.
Yeah,
I
I've
think we were
seen-
talking about. I was like, I think it was like like Diet Coke, and he's like, no, it was Coke or Dr Pepper. I'm like,
This is not the point that we're doing. This is the one that we're zeroing in. Okay. There's a woman in a diaper pouring it into her diaper.
Yeah, like holding the diaper.
Who gives a fuck if it's a Dr Pepper? All right, it doesn't help. Like
This is a dark.
that doesn't make it a medical procedure.
Do me a favor and pull your mic a little bit closer,
I got
Swiggy.
you. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Yeah, pretty wild.
And you, Sunny?
I was just thinking that maybe this mic is actually kind of blocking your face. Is it not? Like for the shot?
Is that better?
Is that good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah. I would say just like there's a lot of stuff because you're talking about the homeless people that we see all the time. Like I've worked in like as a door guy for like 8 or almost 9 years. Like so I've worked down here for a while, and so like it's you see a lot of the same people. But I think like comedy wise, the crazy shit I've ever seen, Kiki.
Who's Kiki?
I don't know, but she's like fucking some chick that just like I think she's a chick. I don't know. She seems like a gremlin, but like she just like
See that bald black lady? That's
no,
all crazy?
it was like there's always just like these open micers or like people that'll go there and they'll do something like kind of like
like beat up the homeless.
like
people?
experimental and stuff like that where it's like this isn't stand up, but she just doesn't do jokes. She just like would scream into the fucking mic and just like make like interpretive dance noises and stuff. And it was like
I think I know what you're talking about.
it was upsetting, bro, because like fucking I know Audrey Scott. If you brought up Kiki, she'd be like, you know what I'm talking about? Who said that?
I know what you're talking about.
Wait, Dan, you know
I
what I'm talking about?
She makes,
She's
like,
get the mic and be like, for
It's
4 fucking
like
minutes.
If
And I'm like,
Ono attempted comedy.
yeah, I'm like, God bless her, and arts interpretation and everything like that. It's all about expressing yourself, and I don't want to diminish anybody's shine and everything like that. But it really, and it inspires emotions in people, but it really inspired anger in me. Like where I'm just like, is the art working? Like, am I supposed to be mad at this right now?
Yeah.
And there's just like people that like I miss like certain acts. Like you remember Agabar?
I do.
Yeah, dude, he's in town. He's in town.
He's in town now?
Yeah.
I saw that's fucking dope as fuck.
It was random as fuck.
Yeah.
I was like, what's up, Agabar? And then, like, we were chilling, and there's, like, I guess he got in some altercation with some other open micer, and I don't think he knew that I knew Agabar, but then he saw me chilling with him, like, what's up, dude? Fucking know me? He was like, ah.
It's like certain people, they just kind of... Yeah, we used to have a drinking game. Like there's one of my favorite ones whenever Agabar's around. It's like every time he says "and shit," you take a drink of your, like a sip of your drink.
Yeah. Oh
like,
my God, his jokes used to be
in 3 minutes you'll be fucked up. Like, you'll be gone, bro. It's like it's the best, man. I miss him so much because like
he's been gone for like a few. That's why I was surprised to see him. But I guess he's only in town for like a week or something.
If he ever one comic told me this.
Kill Tony, though, I'm not sure.
Maybe if he ever figured out how to turn on that thing that makes him so fucking funny. Like they capture that thing. If he could just turn it on.
Isn't it interesting? Because I mean, I was having this conversation recently where like there's a lot of people who have a natural innate ability to be comedic, but when they try to channel that on stage, it doesn't quite come out because they haven't learned how to get in tune with themselves. Yeah. And I mean, we all go through that as we grow as comics, but there's some people where it becomes really apparent. Like the moment you get them off stage and they're sitting there telling the truth or drinking, and you're like, wow, you're really hilarious.
Yeah. As soon as you start being real down on yourself, you're real funny. Yeah. As soon as you start fucking just being like, wow, I ate a bag of dicks, I'm gonna go fucking kill myself. I'm like,
because that's where we relate. It's like, oh, I've wanted to do that too, and I just haven't said nothing. So
that's the art form. It's like where you got to like bring people. You can either like enter somebody else's world with like crowd work kind of thing, and say, hey, what are you doing? And then just like make fun of what's going on, what they present to you, or you could just present to them the idea.
Yeah, it's like the yin and the yang, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not good at crowd work. I mainly just have like jokes that like I already got prepared, and I just kind of do.
Yeah, it's like a lot of stuff is like, it's got, I guess like ghoulish overkill where it's like fucking like it's very abrupt and like fucking like terrifying to witness. Like it's like if someone's not ready for you and someone just like does not know what you're about, bro. It's like, bruh. Like I've seen people just I could see the trauma happening on their faces whenever Swiggy's like in his fucking mode and everything. And I'm fucking loving it because it's just like I love that she's dying. Like she's dying inside. Like she's dying inside because of Swiggy. And I'm like this is great. This is great.
So I was my coworkers know I do comedy, right? And I was talking to them 2 days ago. And when my coworker was telling me, yeah, I went to the Lucky Duck. I was hoping to see you. And I was like, oh, okay, you went? And he was like, yeah, I sat down and watched the open mic comedy show. And I saw, he was naming a few people he saw. And I was like, oh, what was the most interesting act to you? And he was like, he sat there and paused for a cool minute. And he was like, I swear to God, he was like, yo, there's this dude named Swiggy. I was like, Swiggy, I know Swiggy. Because he was like, at first he was having a hard time remembering anybody's name. Yeah. But once I was like, what was the most
For some reason, you're able to remember Swiggy's name. I don't know why.
He was like, hey, and then he tells me right after, he says, but he said, but he kind of traumatized me too. Like I didn't even know what to think of it.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's what I love, dude. Just watching these people just fucking just get like, what the fuck?
I've had someone once accuse me of being a rapist. I do a joke or I say like I'm getting with an Hispanic chick and she's going like, no. I'm like, bitch, I don't fucking speak Spanish. I don't know. That's like a joke. Like,
I don't know why somebody would interpret you being a rapist because of that. I mean, you're on stage speaking your truth, right? Yeah, that's weird. That's so odd that somebody would think that. But I mean, you do look like, I mean, like you and me both would like if we're on like a school campus, the people are gonna be like, "What are you fucking doing here, dude?" It's like people do look, and I'm always like really afraid of that I'm like I look so fucking creepy, and then like maybe I'm just like that dude wants to fuck my daughter, and I'm like your fucking daughter scares me, bro. I'm like fucking
but
what she throws glitter at me and doesn't TikTok.
In all honesty, I think with just the way culture is today, that a lot of white guys fear that.
Yeah, I don't want to be creepy. I want
black
people
guys.
to
We just worry about looking too scary.
Yeah, I used to just think about like my sexual technique and getting better at that, and then now I'm just like I'm so afraid to even do it. This is how Musashi Miyamoto must have felt whenever he like went into that cave and wrote that book about those 5 chicks he fucked or the 5 rings.
The
like,
5, yeah. Like I think the book is called The 5 Rings.
Yeah, pussies, whatever translations.
Yeah.
These 5 bitches taught me all kinds of stuff. Yeah. I think that is the case, that there's gonna be like, you know, there's gonna just be 5 great like influence, like whenever it comes like being a man, you're gonna have that kind of like because all my exes fucking rock.
Yeah,
like every single one of them. Like I really, it really sucked to like break up with them and shit like that, and like to have like not have that relationship anymore. But all of them bad bitches, every single one, and they're still bad bitches. I check up on them. I see them sometimes, and I'm like, wow. Even badder, more bad. I dare say. Like it's a great time, man. You know, and that makes me feel good about myself. And I've been told that's a really good green flag in a man to be like, yeah, my exes are cool. They don't like me, but yeah, they fucking hate. They hate me.
My ex is a fucking bitch. Fuck off.
Yeah, my exes. You know, there's some that definitely, you know, emotionally
I was with her for like 7 years, and then we got like engaged and whatnot, kind of, and like she ended up cheating on me shortly after.
Yeah.
Or at least I found out about it shortly after.
Damn.
That's probably.
Is there something? Do you feel there's something you could have done better?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so. No.
Yeah.
I remember even when I first started going out with her, my buddies were like, "Yeah, you know, we thought it was cool when you were banging her, but now you're like going out with her, dude." Like,
yeah.
That's always. There's some chicks like that where
those
like,
are just like
all my friends like banged her, and like I was trying to get laid, and like, dude, talk to this bitch, dude. Like she's fucked everybody. They were like, "Yeah, we just want you to fuck her, dude. We didn't want you to fuck her." We didn't say go out with her, dude.
That's always the worst. That is the worst whenever you fall for like because I'm a hopeless romantic and I will fall for chicks that I like for some reason just really like all of my friends.
Yeah.
Like, a lot, you know? And then, you know, and I'm just like, I find them just so beautiful. I'm just like, wow, this princess.
Yeah, you're addicted to risque.
Yeah, imagine,
let me see how long I can hold on.
Imagine you're Rapunzel's Tuesday. Like, that's just like you're Rapunzel's fucking Tuesday dick. All right, that's why I got horrible.
That it is.
I'm gonna start crying, dude. These mushrooms are great.
I want to ask you guys, you know, being as though you've both been out here and have got to see the scene develop, what do you think, in your opinion, what is your favorite comedy club?
Out here?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's very specific.
Probably the Creek and the Cave, just because, I don't know, I like how they let you like hang out and shit, and you like smoke weed in the back and chill, but I mean... But sometimes it can be lame there, but it depends who's there. But I mean, usually it's pretty cool.
Yeah, sometimes they got shows like that are like you can't really have like a lot of people going in and like
yeah.
Because then they used to have a show where like somebody got like fucking fucked by a dildo on like Ramstein was there or some shit. Like,
yeah, I think that's like Filthy Show or something.
That's not, I don't think it's a Filthy Show because like
there's like 2 shows.
That's Adam's show, like Adam Lucky's show is the Filthy Show. Yeah, the Pervert Show is the one where like I think there was one where like a chick was like, you probably remember this, the breast milk lady.
I don't know if I remember that.
That was not Adam's show, but it was like the Pervert Show is the one I'm talking about. Where this chick she breastfed a bunch of guys.
They've been having a habit of running more gimmicky and niche style shows that I think is really nice. Considering that they don't do that at a lot of the other clubs out here.
Yeah, they have like a 80s workout night or morning on Tuesdays.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, we could do. I think we could do it tomorrow.
Yeah, we have the smoking show.
Get your leggings.
Show. Yeah,
dude, I want to get in like some yoga classes, man. There's probably some bad bitches in there.
I got to do the videos. Like I got to do like the YouTube videos by myself because I know that I have holes in my underwear and like they're not big enough that I have to get new ones. It hasn't compromised the integrity.
To get a whole like yoga clothes, isn't that why they have like yoga pants and shit? Like,
yeah, but there's also the smells.
The smells,
because like I know I'm gonna secrete some sort of smells.
Well, you take a shower and put on deodorant before you go to yoga class.
And then I'm gonna fucking sweat that off and go take a shower after that. That's wasting water. I might as well just fucking.
It's not wasting water.
Yeah, dude. I might as well not
using
take
it to wash yourself. You're not wasting.
Yeah, but let me explain. He has
a point.
Let me explain that.
Swiggy has a point. There's a point to be made.
You're not wrong. Like, I'll tell you, like I don't want you to feel like you're wrong here because you're not.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, you're
So
right.
I've been getting with some dogs. I don't know. I got like,
You get with some dogs? Is that what you said?
not like real to me. I mean like
No,
ugly
girls.
bitches.
Don't worry, I don't fuck animals. I just call women ugly dogs.
I've been with bad bitches too.
Hey, he's a good guy.
Lately, I have like horror stories.
So,
Crazy.
You got something like recently?
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah.
Are you okay?
So
It's a pretty wild story.
So Swiggy, since the last time we interviewed, you were telling me a few weeks ago that you had this
Dog.
interesting experience of fisting a woman for your first time.
Oh yeah,
You
that's
wanna
a
tell
completely
that?
different story. But that happened too. I was on FetLife, fucking. I don't know if it's like a fetish like thingy, like it's like an app kind. But like, you can get on there and I guess there's like whores that like put shit up, and there's like shit and you can like meet up with people. A lot of them are like prostitutes, so they like want you to pay money, but like some of them are legit. But then they have like events and shit, and like they have like weird orgies, and I was thinking, it'd probably be like a bunch of naked dudes. So that's kind of weird. But then I seen they have
Is
like
that the only
classes.
problem with orgies? Is that man? There's just too many naked dudes.
There's
around.
too many dudes, dude. Yeah, I don't know,
That's
like,
always the problem.
If I'm banging
Yeah,
a
that's
chick,
always
like
the
I don't want
problem
like a
with
naked
orgies,
guy
yeah.
like near me. Like I don't, even if like there's other chicks and they're banging some other. I mean, I don't know. It's still just a little weird.
Yeah, of
maybe
course.
some people are cool with it, and that's
Yeah.
like normal. Doing, but for me, I'm like I don't know. Like,
I got access to naked dudes all the time.
Yeah, well, since you mentioned it, it made me think about it for a second. I'm like, that is the problem with orgies.
Yeah, dude, that's like the
when I
problem
think of
with
orgies. I
orgies,
just
yeah,
think of,
dude, like, yeah.
I think it's disgusting, but it's
you
not
might
the
get like
fact
a weird
that
bi
there's a
dude
bunch
there
of women
too, and like you
around
could be
there.
banging a chick, having and you look over and some dude's just staring at you. I'd be like, what are they? Look over there.
I feel
You're destroying my vibe.
we're getting some feedback in these mics.
But anyways, yeah, they got all this shit going on, and like, but then they had like classes you could take, and then they had like some that were like, I mean, it's all like sex related, so any class is gonna be pretty wild. But I thought like the wildest one was like the fisting class, and I was like, wow, dude, that's great. And then I've always wanted to fist a chick. Like, I put it on like my bucket list. I remember I told that to my roommate Luke, and he was like, yeah, I think you got different bucket lists there. But yeah, I signed up for it. It was crazy. I remember fucking she gave me like an address to go to, and then like the whole time I was going there is just like a class. I'm wondering like if there's gonna be like other people in the class with me, you know. And then I was
Other
thinking,
volunteers?
I was thinking some of my best friends I've made in like high school and shit. Like, you know, what if I like became like best friends with someone in a fisting class? But then I went there and ended up being a one-on-one class.
You
It
mean
was me.
fighting? It's like, no.
Wait. So what happened when you got there?
Yeah, so it was just me and her. She was there with her husband. Yeah, she was there with her husband. Yeah, she was. She was.
Wait,
They told me
wait.
they're in like a polynormous relationship.
That's what they call her vagina.
Yeah, they're in this like polynormous relationship and fucking like
Polyamorous.
she introduced me to her husband. I remember like I like shook his hand and shit, and then like I was saying it on stage when I talk about it, but I really was. I was shaking. I was like wondering if he's going like, oh, she's gonna like this, you know, like it's a nice hand, you know, like
I feel these guys' knuckles. Honey, he's got a really forgiving wrist.
And they told me that they're like, you know, they're in an open polynormous shit, and like, and then so he went downstairs, just said to watch TV, but I don't know, he's probably jerk. I don't know what the fuck he's doing. But either way, he's in the room, so he gives a shit. But fucking, I go up in that room with her, and like, she gave me this lesson, like our class. So it was like an actual. Like it was like legit, like she had like bullet points, and then like she wanted me to like write notes. Like she was like she gave me like a pen and paper. I didn't write any notes. So I was like, I'm just
I'm just trying to fist a bitch.
No, let's get straight to the fisting.
yeah.
I'm a freestyler.
Like, she was telling me that like. you know, she's had guys with small hands like not be able to get it in, and guys with big hands like get right in. She said it's all about how your knuckles like can like squeeze together. You gotta have your knuckles squeezed in, like your hands loosed up and like whatnot. And you can't just go in like a fist. Like, you gotta go in a kind of. And then once you get in there, you kind of.
Yeah.
But then you actually, she said it's more pleasurable to go like that instead of an actual fist in the vagina, like for the woman.
Oh, it's the
like,
same thing
so
with
is
Chone.
but there's apparently there's this like A spot that's on like the other side of the G spot, like more towards like, because the G spot's like up like towards like if they're like towards their belly button up, like if you go in like and if they're like lying on their back, like you'd move up like that. So like on the opposite spot, like on like the back side, there's like this like A spot she was telling me, and she said if you hit it right, it can cause like intense orgasms that are like more intense than like normal, and if like women aren't ready for it, if they never experienced, all of a sudden they could like fucking like lose, like freak out and shit and whatnot. But she was like teaching me and like fucking, so like when I had my hand in her, she was in like doggy style, and I had like, so because she was in the doggy style, I was hitting the G part with like my pinky, and then I was hitting the A part with my thumb. But then she was also telling me to move my other fingers, and all that does is like make your like tendons move in your arm, and that's like hitting the vaginal walls and shit. So she feels all that just all like tightly grasped on, and then like I don't know, it made her like
Did you ever think halfway through her explaining like, wow, this is more complicated than I thought? I thought I was just about to come in here and punch. I should have took notes. I thought I was just gonna lube up my hand and just punch a bitch in the pussy.
Those other classes too, I wanted to sign up for it. It was crazy because she at the end of the class she gave me like homework, and like the homework, it's not even
it's not even a honest wild statement.
Yeah, dude, she gave me homework. The homework was like she had like 3 columns and like write down what you're into sexually. So like one column like what you're into or what you like to do. The second column would be what you might want to do or like never did, but like, or sorry, kind of want to, something like that. And then the third column was like shit you definitely don't want to do, you know, like. And then like I was thinking it'd be funny for mine. I would have like, and the shit you don't want to do, just
cuddling,
have, like, one word, just gay. And then, like, and then have like 2 pages on the other list. Like, oh, this crazy shit. Like, one thing in the night. Yeah, but you told me if I did the homework, I get a special treat, and she said it like so slutty, like I'll give you a special treat. I'm like, what? I was thinking like, wow, why didn't they do this when I was in school? Like, I feel like I would have the best grades if that was like when I was in. I had like bad grades in high school. If my teacher was blowing me, I'd be like on the bus, like, I'm getting my homework done, dude. Like, I
can't do drugs. I gotta do my homework. Nah, Miss K's giving out gold stars, and if you get 7 of them, you get to redeem them for a hand job. And she was also saying if you got 20, you got to get a blow job. So I'm really going for it.
Student, dude. I'd be fucking like acing every day.
I mean, this is really illegal, but the boys are doing really well. Their fucking GPA is so fucking high. All right. We're going to states.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's crazy.
Who knew so many kids love math?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
you can learn pretty fast with the right teacher.
You know what?
With the right motivation.
Yeah.
Cool.
You know, unit. Goodness. Yeah, so that's the shit that traumatizes people. Like, Swiggy talks about the fist thing. I was like so locked into like the whole time, just like I'm actually learning something here.
It's crazy. Most of my shit's true. I have a few that aren't, but most of them
are. So I wanted to ask you guys, being as though Austin is, you know, kind of a, even though we have such a diverse range and such a blooming comedy scene, it's also all very close. So what I mean by that is, you know, being somewhere like the back of the Creek of the Cave, you're likely to see famous people or comedians around. And your interactions with meeting so many people who maybe have a massive social media following or influencers, famous to some degree, what have you ever been dismayed by somebody or like, you know, kind of disappointed with meeting someone out here that, or somebody came off a lot different than
just
you had
recently
initially?
I ran into Shane Gillis at the Creek in the Cave. Like, it was like maybe a week ago or something. But it was just crazy because like I saw him there and like I'm like a fan and like I'm from like the Philadelphia area and like I think he's pretty funny and like I even like know some like one dude that like opened up for him up in Philly and like he's pretty cool. But fucking like yeah, I just wanted to say what's up to him, but at the same time I felt weird. He probably gets people going like that all the time. But then like eventually did go up and he was cool as fuck. He was like, yeah man, what's up, dude? And it was pretty but I was all weird about it. He's probably get shit like that all the time. People go, yeah, Shane Gillis. Yeah. I'm like, I just wanted to say,
or any particular experience, maybe even impactful that you've had in your time out here.
It was just like one thing I regret is kind of just my behavior towards other people because I've found myself like early on just like getting jealous of people that were like more successful and faster and like that were actually like more like undeniably better and they were getting better opportunities and just like I found myself like getting jealous and just like sometimes I expressed that in a way that was like I look back on it and I just like regret it like that's basically what it was just like. I've never really been disappointed meeting anybody. Like you know, I've like met like briefly like Shane Gillis, Bobby Lee, fucking Tony Hinchcliffe comes around all the time, just walks by. Like I've met like all these people. Like I don't really have like expectations really, where it's like you know I'm not really. I much rather prefer to find out that somebody's a cool guy, like more than anything. And so like.
Well, have you had any encounters that might have been impactful for you? Like anybody give you advice or you have a conversation with them that maybe carried you still carry with you a little bit as you continue.
There's this one comedian, he's been doing it for I don't know fucking 15 16 I know his name's Jay White Cotton and I met him like I think he's in Fort Worth or Dallas or some shit like that. Like, he's like he does a show there and he was just so descriptive and technique wise, like being like, hey, like thinking about this in a way that's like it's a technique. You're not just going up there just being a bro and everything. That you can harness that you can harness that energy if you want to, but it's like you have to really think about like what is it you're trying to say. Like this is like it's still an art form and you're still trying to, even if it like you know you're making dick jokes or something like that, you might just be talking about like the time that you got fucking molested and like you know you're making that funny and you're taking that power back, you know. You might be talking about times that you molested somebody else and like, it was like you know just like not saying any names.
But was that a moment that I got the two most unserious people on here today.
If you get Swiggy talking about like meat preparations and like smoking turkeys and hams and stuff like that and like the proper things, like, dog, like he gets so serious. Like fucking dog, he won't get fucking say, yeah, dude. Charcoal's a lot better, but like
fuck charcoal. Yeah.
He's getting ready to go right now.
He's got serious opinions that he doesn't know he's gonna vote for, but he knows. He knows about meat, bro. He knows about meat and fisting meats.
That is true. I don't know a lot about like political shit. Like I saw one dude was doing like I don't know. That's why I never really talk about politics in like my comedy.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm just like what can I really do? What can I do by being anxious about this? I'm so anxious about all the other aspects of my life, and they're not really improving.
Yeah, I never like really watched the news or anything. I just watch like cartoons and shit and like anime.
I've been playing Red Dead Redemption 2 again.
I've been playing The Warriors. It's like the PS2 genre. I started playing it the other night.
Oh, The Warriors!
Yeah, it is. It's pretty lit.
A pretty lit PS2 game.
I downloaded it on the PS4. It's on, like,
Jack and Daxter was like one of the best fucking PS2 games fire, dude. I'm fucking like I have a PlayStation
or
Plus.
Intelligent Cube on the original PlayStation.
What?
That sounds like a wild game.
That's lazy translation.
That's just like so much more crazy. Intelligent Cube.
Oh my god, yeah, dude, that game freaks me out. Yeah, it scares the shit out of you.
Younger, and so every time he dies, you just go, ah!
Yeah, dude. Intelligent Cube's a good game.
Intelligent Cube?
Intelligent Cube, dude. Yeah. It's on the PlayStation.
I like Stupid Triangle. Shut up.
I'm like, what is Stupid Triangle?
It wasn't good. It wasn't.
Yeah,
not a good joke.
basically all you gotta do is there's like blocks,
I
and like
get
the
it,
blocks come at you, and you have to like get rid of the blocks, and then That's how you win the game.
It's intelligent cube.
But you can like fall off the edge, and so it's pretty scary. Dude. Fuck, it's scary.
An intelligent cube that's quick to violence.
You can get crushed by the cubes. It's
I used to play Bomberman.
Okay,
yeah.
it's kind of like that. It's like a puzzle game. So
Yeah, and then like a lot of bombs started happening, and they were like, "Oh, okay, we shouldn't make this game anymore."
yeah,
You know, like there's all these
they
games.
should do
that
like
shit
a
happen.
9/11 edition, like the Bomberman 9/11.
Let's play. What's that one song that's like, "We raise up our glasses against evil forces," singing. That's the only song that's playing the whole time.
I don't know.
They play that song at my work, dude. I hate that song.
Yeah. Oh, they played at my work too, and
I used to like. Well, I mean, I still like Led Zeppelin, I guess, but they play like some Led Zeppelin, like the same song though, like every day. Like they play a whole lot of love, and they do the other one where it's like the Ramble On or whatever.
Oh yeah.
So I hear it so much, I got to the point where I'm like, I don't know.
I've fallen in love with some country, like some of these like fucking pop country songs. Like
Dude, I heard this song by this dude David Allan Coe. That's like actually pretty good.
Yeah,
It was bad. It was like bad. Well, no, it was not.
Was it fucked up stuff?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like so I thought it was a really dope song. And I remember I was chilling, and I think I was in like there's like some black dude chilling or something, and like so I only heard this one song, and it was like pretty wild. And I was probably like, I heard this one song from David Allan Coe is pretty good. And the one dude was like, "What the fuck, dude?" Like you got all mad. And I was like, "What?" Like
I heard it over there in Vider.
Yeah, apparently it's like hella racist and has like songs about the KKK. And it's like, oh my god, it's fucking wild. I didn't know any of that. The song I heard wasn't even a racist song, and it was pretty good. But I was like,
Yeah, there's.
What was it? Wait, can you give us the lyrics?
No, the fuck.
well, the lyrics
can't.
for the song that I saw was like I saw.
I know you fucking can, but like,
Give
us the lyrics.
But it was about like
no,
motorcycle
no.
gangs. The song I heard.
Go ahead and say no. The one that's popping
But
in
no,
my
yeah,
head
but
right
the
now,
song I
it's
heard
not
really
good.
wasn't racist. It's about like motorcycle. Yeah, apparently he has hella racist. I didn't know that though.
Yeah.
So I'm saying this guy's all right. All of a sudden, people are like, what are you fucking like? This guy's
That's what
a
all
piece
my
of shit.
my
I'm
friends
like,
would listen to.
I'm like,
I think it's. I could probably write down the title
I
for
didn't know
you.
that, man. I heard one song and didn't realize. I didn't research the guy to see.
Come on,
like,
you
know
can
what I
just
mean?
mouth it and we'll put
The
subtitles.
fuck,
No.
dude?
Oh no, you're gonna know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's not even the N word. It's like it's you know what the one I want. It sounds like it's a racial slur for black people that sounds like you're jumping up and down a lot and you're making a lot of noise, but you're also dancing. But it's like dancing with ghosts.
Wow, that's
Is
a
it like
wild
Porch
way to
Monkey?
explain a word.
No. Oh, who said that?
Jigaboo? Is it Jigaboo?
That's it. Okay, it said, "Where are you? Out in the wood pile watching you." Yeah,
I think
I think it's a David Allan Coe song.
Yeah, he's apparently. He's
I never
pretty
thought
racist.
Jigaboo was a bad word. Maybe
Let's blare this shit.
I mean, I never really heard people. I mean, I only heard black people ever say Jigaboo.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
There's whites. I was raised around them. Yeah, that's like I was
say
like
it in private.
I went to a private Catholic school in Beaumont,
Uh-huh.
and like I was just like kind of like the same amount of people until 8th grade, and then I moved to Anahuac, Texas, where it's like they forgot about segregation. Like they didn't hear about it. Like it was kind of just like, you know, all black people lived over here in this place across the canal, and I thought it was the most dangerous place in the world.
I was making that point to Mike earlier because I've traveled through a large swath of this country, and I'm like, in the South, you'll still get like a lot of places where like you go into their small towns and small cities, and it's like black people live over here in their community and white people live over here in their community.
Yeah.
Well, I don't really encounter that in much other places like in the U.S.
Oh, it's
I mean,
everywhere.
black people, yeah. This is also true. Like the more poor areas tend to be more racially, tend to contain a lot more minorities.
I remember
but-
I seen my grandfather's yearbook from when he went to school in Upper Darby, and I don't know if you know from Upper Darby's like right outside of Philly, and it's definitely like at least now it's like it's like you know, it's kind of hood.
Sounds like some chick's tits.
But anyways, I was going through, and like, there's not one black person in the entire John, dude. It's like all white people, and I was like, what the like? I was like Upper Darby, dude. Like that's crazy. Like it's normally
Upper
it's pretty.
Darby.
Some chick's tits.
It's
Some
kinda
chick's tits,
gay.
right?
But apparently, I guess back he went like my
know.
grandfather's like hella old. I guess he went to like high school in like the 30s or something crazy. So yeah, they had like segregation back then. So I was like all white school. But
Yeah,
I remember
think-
going there. I was like, well, why is there? There's not one black person in this whole school.
No, but if you went to any high school that was over than 50 years, you know how oftentimes they have like the public records of the fucking school yearbooks. Like they're all like that. Like
Yeah. I mean, that's how it was, man. It's crazy.
yeah.
Yeah, not too long ago, man.
Yeah,
It's pretty wild.
The craziest part about looking through those photos is just seeing basketball teams of all white guys. Like
They're not even playing to their fullest potential. They have no idea. Oh, they think they're so good, huh?
Imagine being one of the first coaches to notice that. Be like, oh, I think the black guys play a little bit better.
Yeah, that's what my dad would do whenever he was a kid. My dad would be like 68, I think, or almost 70 now. But he used to play like the black courts.
Yeah,
like play basketball at the black courts because it's the best game.
Yeah,
and everything. And he was just like
a lot of people do that.
Yeah, and it was just he just had the Eminem factor where it's like it's like he can say the N-word, but if he does, I mean, like, he can't say it, but
Does that
if he does, can we stop him?
It wouldn't surprise me.
Can we stop him? Like, I think we'll get hurt if we try to stop this guy from saying the N-word.
I mean, I grew up in like the urban projects in Southern California, and I mean, everybody said the N-word. Like, it's more of a, in my perspective in life, just because where I was raised and the things that I see the N-word as being more of a cultural thing than it is related to color. Because I mean, the Mexicans the Mexicans say it more than black people.
I hear like Puerto Ricans and Cubans can do that, kind of thing. I don't know.
I think everybody can say it. I mean, white people can say it too.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody has that black friend that lets them say it. But I mean, if you really grow up there, it's kind of like you can say whatever you want. Or
you say it in private like a man.
Yo, I remember we used to.
You play Apex at 3 a.m. in the morning and you yell it at the top of your lungs like a man.
Yeah. I used to have this buddy I went to school with, and like he would say you could say like the N-word and stuff. And I remember we were doing it, but then I remember I found out he wasn't even really black. He was just like Puerto Rican or some shit. Or, like, I was like, well, this guy's not even like.
You're not even samurai, dude.
He was just
You're
like
no
the darkest
lord.
dude I knew at the time.
Puerto Ricans, a lot of the Puerto Ricans that I've met are
the Puerto Ricans.
The Puerto Ricans that I've met are like the American of the Hispanics. Like, you know what I mean? They're the Americans of Latin American culture, because like a lot of the they don't need passports or they don't need green cards to come into the United States. Because
they get mad if you call them Mexican. I remember I used to work.
Yeah, they get absolutely furious.
Yeah, there's a lot of countries in South America.
That was my point. They don't
like ironworks.
They don't fuck around. They're like, nah, dog.
Yeah,
I'm American.
I called him all Mexican.
Like, nah,
I'm American.
I speak Spanish, and like we have Hispanic, but nah, I'm like none of these motherfuckers around here. And that's the same way that black people feel sometimes about African people and shit. Like, we're all black, but we're different.
Yeah, we're all black, bro.
Yeah, but we're different. Just a little.
My
different.
brother.
I don't think at the end of the day, I don't even think skin really matters.
Well, I think like whenever I go into a black neighborhood, they're like it's like people are more scared of me. They're like
Ed Gein, I think. Skin matters.
I look like I have the law behind me.
Yeah.
What?
Well, I was thinking like skin probably mattered a lot to Ed Gein because he would like wear people's skin.
Wait, who's Ed Gein?
Ed Gein is the guy who killed his like mother, like with the chainsaw.
I think his mother died, but then he like dug her body up. And, like,
that's what I told somebody, that he didn't kill his mom.
Yeah, he didn't
just
kill his
wore
mom.
skin.
No. But I think he only killed like 3 or 4 people, but he dug up like a bunch of people.
Yeah, he rehomed her.
Yeah. He really missed mom.
Yeah, he's a normal guy.
Sorry, I live with my mom. Don't mind the smell. I live with my mom.
I live in.
She died 5 years ago. Well, she was buried in the cemetery.
So there was one question that I wanted to ask you guys: is do you guys have
we ever dug our moms up?
My mom's still alive.
I said that with such conviction. You're like, I didn't kill her.
Swiggy's mom is cool as fuck
dope.
too. I don't see a lot
dope,
of
dude, and Swiggy is too.
I don't see a lot of parents who come out and like come and watch their children's comedy.
Yeah,
and,
dude,
like,
I was smoking a
support
joint with her the first time I met her. Like, she just like sitting back there. Like, there's like some just like old lady sitting next to Swiggy, and then it's just like I'm like, I'm like, dude, is he like picking this chick up?
Yeah.
Like, it's like,
Yeah.
And I'm
Swiggy's
like,
mom has been on Kill Tony too. I keep
yeah,
forgetting that
she was
too,
on
but-
before you, right?
Yeah.
Not after.
She was after you.
Yes.
Okay, like
Because then it wouldn't make sense for just to have a Swiggy's mouth.
Yeah.
who's fucking Swiggy? I mean, that's good press right there. You're just,
Yeah.
like, you're just building the interest. Like, what the fuck's Swiggy? And
This guy's wild. I guess.
yeah, she's pretty dope, dude.
Yeah.
She's just-
It actually makes me a bit envious.
Very
Like,
sweet.
yeah, your mom is great. You ever see somebody with like a great family or like great friends or something? You be
Oh, yeah, and
"Damn,
I'm just
I
like,
kinda
how?"
envy-" Yeah, I kind of envy that.
you get
shit.
along with your.
Y'all mind if we close out with some AC?
You know, honestly.
Yeah, I'm honestly down. I was thinking about
Yeah.
unbuttoning
I was
my
telling.
shirt,
Okay, I
but
told you
thought
guys about the
it might be
Rorschach
weird as
drawing
not
that was
wearing
gonna
an
happen.
undershirt.
All right,
Provides a little audio
check it. I got the Rorschach drawing going right here. It's a.
Am I the only one that's not dripping sweat?
If you look closely
it'll
at my
come
shirt, you
through.
can
Yeah,
actually
it is-
see a
that is dripping
sweaty
sweat.
How
dude.
much time do we got? Yeah, we can bear. Can we bear through another 15?
Bear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the air conditioner is off in here.
That's
right
okay.
now. We're looking for a solution to that.
Yeah, and we don't want you guys to
I feel like
hear
if I'm
about
putting
that.
I'm
my
not
shirt,
that.
it's
I'm
too
not
weird.
that hot over here, but I
Yeah.
realize they're
I'm not
also
trying
by
to
all
be
the
weird. At the same
equipment
time,
back
I am
there.
sweating.
By the way, we also
be
got
alright.
we also got the
You're not
Austin
going to
Comedy
die.
Network production
I
team
guess
in
I
the
can
back.
button
We got
it,
Hunter and Lieutenant Dan back here on the
Yeah.
ones and twos,
Dan's
and the
the-
two mics back
Dan's
here.
the fattest one here, but he could lift the
Yeah.
most weight.
Yeah, usually we have
Uh-huh.
a cam for them, but
I mean,
We're
he
working
has
on
to,
that.
obviously, because he has the most weight. So he can lift
I
the
probably
most.
have the most weight. I'm pretty sure. I think.
Oh, yeah.
No, I think Dan will beat you in sumo.
Yeah.
Let's pull this table out and have a sumo wrestling match.
You
one
have
of these days.
Yeah. Let's
fat-ass
also
competition.
let's also let's also
Everybody pull your asses out, dog.
Yeah, let's also throw chocolate syrup on the floor and hot dogs.
This
like,
sounds
while
fucking
we're while we're just doing fat ass shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Marshmallows. I want to do fat boy stuff. That sounds like a really good time, though. That actually.
Okay,
But I wanted to ask you guys.
What
if-
is that?
It's in the tone.
Oh shit. Yeah. Oh yeah, were you just wrestling homeless dudes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that was early.
out of the
I call him Tolem. I'm bad at names.
Are there any comedians out here that are growing who haven't really been discovered yet, who you think are gonna go big places?
So like, you're talking about just like open micers?
Well, not even necessarily open micers, but like people who are on who aren't like touring or famous,
Yeah.
like to the level that Cam Patterson is breaking into. Like,
There's like this
I was
whole.
gonna say Pete Garza. Dude. He's pretty funny. I don't know. He did like the Swiggy competition. And he had me geeking, and I'm like, I seen him, but he like just started like 4 months ago. But I feel like if that dude keeps going, dude, like he's got dude. He probably wouldn't surprise me. He's pretty funny.
Anybody that's doing like anyone that's like barking for Leo's shows, like that whole like group of people, anyone who's doing the Shakespeare stuff, like there's like this whole nother generation kind of that's just like popped up, like out of nowhere, and it's like I'm not too old myself, but like I've just been here for like almost 5 years, and so
yeah, the Austin comedy scene also works in like waves, so I think that's what you mean by like generation.
Yeah,
like,
there's
this
like
new
there's a lot of
interesting
promising
wave of people coming in.
Yeah, there's a lot of promising people that are like very talented, and it's good like for everybody's individual.
Anyone in particular who's like been notable to you, who you might really consider as like, wow, that guy's something different? Because I think with like Cam Patterson, for example, like a few months ago, people would go and watch his sets and see him perform, and you could understand while watching him perform, this guy's gonna be something special, and it's not gonna happen slowly.
Oh, what's that dude's name with the fucking well, I can say honestly, it's like Lucas McCrary. He's like my favorite fucking Austin comedian.
Really?
Yeah, everything that Lucas does, like his timing, his like everything, his dominance on stage, like had the way that he looks like a man and a woman at the same time. It's like it's great. He's alpha pussy energy and big dick energy at the same time. He's like phenomenal, and he does like a show on every Wednesday, like called the Absolute Show with Liz Splat.
Yeah.
And it's you can like volunteer for it and just like fucking be there for the show and just like be in the like the acts and everything like that.
Yeah, Luke is definitely a one of a kind act.
Yeah, hard work. Like he's been doing that main course comedy since I've known him, and like he put that together. Like he was running at Vulcan, moving it from being very professional, like all the while also being absolutely ridiculous and hilarious on stage.
I like Brian Holtzman a lot. He's probably my favorite.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a really good up and comer.
Yeah, I would consider Brian Holtzman an up and comer.
He's pretty funny. I remember the
maybe
first
he'll
time
move out of the open mic scene pretty soon and start
Like
maybe doing some real rooms, like the Lucky Duck.
But
Brian
I mean,
Holtzman's funny, dude.
if I could mention anybody, I think like Ryer Cameron.
Oh yeah, Ryer's dope.
Very much in that same league. I think Ryer is a very unique talent also.
Yeah.
You know, who is probably going to go really great places if she continues on the track that she's been on.
Yeah, she's really good at just being like
herself,
making the joke, and it's like letting.
Yeah, she's really
She
cool.
knows what's funny.
Yeah, and
She's
it's
always like,
crazy
"What's up,
because it
Swiggy?
seems
What's
like
up?"
she's being herself. At the same time, it's so relatable to everyone.
Yeah.
It's like she's talking. It's like when she's doing her set. I mean, it seems very unique to her, but I think a lot of people have like these subconscious like thoughts that seem to really resonate with her style of comedy. At least that's been my experience watching her do it.
Yeah, I've had like dudes tell me stuff like that where they're like, "Yeah, dude, I see you on stage and like you're basically saying the shit like I'd be thinking, but I'm like afraid to say out loud."
Yeah, you do have that. You definitely do have that same effect.
What
Which
could
is
you
why I love
possibly do
having
to
you.
me after I say this?
Yeah.
I've obviously been through it.
Yeah, I love it.
I've had multiple people tell me that before, like, or something similar to that. Like,
Yeah.
You're definitely like that. Like you're definitely like that dog that is like, you know, you gotta really love this dog,
Yeah.
or it's gonna upset you.
I was even at the Shakespeare's once, and like I was doing pretty good. People were laughing. Other people, I didn't even notice it because I was on stage. But this was like up the stairs. Apparently, there was like these people looked like they're on like a double date. So it was like 2 dudes and 2 chicks, and they go up. I'm in the middle of my set, and I'm like talking about like CNC or like some rape joke, or I'm talking about like or no, it was like the one where I'm doing a rape
Real
role
wholesome
play
stuff.
with my ex or whatever, and like apparently the chicks were like, "Ugh." They're like, "We gotta fucking leave. This guy sucks." But apparently they could overhear the dudes and like, "I don't know, he's pretty funny. Just hear him out."
I could just imagine you on stage. The fuck's up? Oh yeah, fuck you, stupid whore. They're like, I kind of agree.
Yeah.
You'd be on stage saying wild shit like, why would I let a dumb bitch?
Chicks are grossed out. The dude's like, "Oh, it's kind of cool. Like, chance, you know? It'll get better." Like,
Swiggy is
doesn't get better. It's gonna get.
Swiggy is offensive, but he's not wrong.
Yeah,
a lot of stuff he's not really wrong about.
Yeah.
You know, like some of these bitches do be whores.
This is true.
you know?
Swiggy is
fallen
what
in
they
love
used to
with
call
whores,
in the
like,
day.
oh,
Is the embodiment of the saying, "I call him how I see him." Not necessarily how I think. I call him exactly how I see him.
I like how your laugh has lawnmower blades just. It's just like.
Oh,
gravel.
sometimes between him and Audrey. Oh man.
Oh my god, dude! And then Audrey,
like-
Audrey Michelle also has an annoying one. 2 Audreys with annoying laughs.
Yeah,
but I love them
2
both.
Audrey.
Yeah.
Love them both. They're great people and everything like that. But I just know it's like being attacked by dolphins on acid.
Yeah.
It's like it's awful. Like, it's like Audrey saw fucking like SpongeBob SquarePants and was like, "That's how. That's how I'm gonna do it." You know.
Oh man.
Oh, what a great person. Yeah, it's like nails on a chalkboard. It's I hate to hear her approval. I hate to hear her validation for comedy. It's awful. Love her. Hate your laugh, dude. I hate it whenever she expresses joy. It fucking just pisses me off.
Yeah, there's some people who could do that for you. I don't have that experience with her, but I mean, like, everybody has those. Group
It's definitely
of
a
people where
fault
it's
in
just
my
like,
stars.
yeah,
You know,
that-
like, it's definitely,
that's how it always is.
Yeah,
You know, when
yeah.
you have that reaction to somebody, it's usually something within you at the
Yeah.
same time. But I mean, everybody goes through with people. It's just like that person irks my soul. Like,
yeah, sometimes it's just like I've been that person.
Yeah.
Sometimes, where like sometimes like, and you can always just tell whenever somebody just
Yeah.
like, I really
they
want to
see you.
like you,
Yeah, they want to see life destroy you.
yeah. It's like I wouldn't mind if you were dead.
Yeah.
Like thanks, man. You know, I just happen to be related to those people. So, ooh, sad.
Fuck.
Did that hit really fucking heavy? That was a joke.
Yeah,
all right.
I was honestly getting ready to ask for tissue because what you just said.
Yeah, I was just like, don't worry, man. It's fine. People love me.
No.
Hey, Sonny.
They're just not the people.
Don't be a fucking pussy, right?
Yeah. That's Swiggy's advice for everything.
Men's health. You learn that in fisting classes. Don't be a pussy. Fist a pussy.
Yeah, the fisting class did cost money, but I remember I was talking to like my coworker, and he was like, "You paid money for that, dude?" I'm like, "Yeah." Like, think about it, man. Like, if you're gonna go to karate class, you probably have to pay money. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, or he's gonna whoop your ass. Like the karate master's gonna whoop your ass. What do you think she's gonna do? Like, you don't pay her. What do you think she's gonna do to you? You see what she let you do to her?
Imagine your hand just gets stuck. That's her.
Payment declines.
Pull that motherfucker out.
It wasn't even like crazy expensive. Like, I've banged whores before, and like whores cost more. It was like a fraction of the price.
Whores do cost.
You're getting like a lesson, like fist a bitch, like what the fuck. Then you get homework. She'd probably blow you if you do it. She's probably into it. That's probably like her kink, dude.
Those are the nicest people. That's the nicest things that a woman's ever done for me is just like to allow me to have sex with them. That's pretty cool. I'm grateful every time. Like I'm eternally grateful. I appreciate it, and anybody who does it in the future, thanks. Yeah? So that's real super. That's real cool, man. That's great.
So Austin and comedy in general, just there's a real big history of drugs and psychedelics. I'm curious, do any of you guys have any crazy psychedelic stories?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you do?
Yeah.
What did you do, Sweet?
This was like a long time ago, but like I was talking about it earlier. I was thinking about because we were listening to Tool, and like I don't know if you're familiar with like the artwork from Tool, the dude Alex Gray. Yeah, so he has like this chapel of sacred mirrors up in like New York.
Yeah,
and, like,
I follow
now
him
it's
on
in like
Instagram.
Wichita Falls, but like used to be in like New York City, like near kind of Times Square, like a few blocks away from it before we moved. But I was at that location, so this was like probably like I don't know, like 2008 or like 2009, something like that. But fucking like we were out there. And fucking, I remember, dude, like, mad people are giving me acid, and like people are giving me Molly, and then I think I like hooked up with some chick, like, I just like kissed her, but, like, we were like making out, and she had like acid on her tongue, she like slipped it on me, and then like I ended up tripping like so hard, then I started freaking out, and I started having like a bad trip, and then like I thought that I was gonna die, and then I was thinking like if I'm gonna die, everyone here is probably gonna die. And then I'm thinking if everyone here is gonna die, it's probably because there's a fucking bomb in the building. So I started going around. Telling people there's a bomb in the building, and like I got escorted out of the building so fast by security, and it was like wintertime, and there was like snow outside.
I'm telling you, there's a bomb in there.
My jacket was in the coat room, and they just fucking kicked me outside. I was in like a t-shirt and fucking freezing cold weather, like I was in the snow, and then I started walking because I was so fucked up. And my buddies are trying to find me, and they got like my coat, and they came out, and they're trying to find me. I remember him like calling me, and he's like, and this is like New York City by time. Now it's up in Wappinger Falls. This is back when it was in the city though. So I'm like in the middle of New York City, like walking, and then he's like, "Where you at, man? So we can come find you." I'm like, "All right, I'm on the street. There's a bunch of buildings. I see cars. There's people walking." He's like, "You're in New York City, dude. That's like everywhere." He's like, what? I don't know. Eventually, it took me like 45 minutes till I found him. It was crazy, dude. I was getting him such bad news. I was tripping so hard, dude. Like, there's some restaurants. He's like, what, dude? He's like, it's every street.
Dude.
He's like, that's. He's like, that.
Dude, I see some skyscrapers in the distance. I don't know. There's snow.
There's concrete everywhere.
And you, Sonny?
Like the first time I dropped acid, I was living in Baytown, and I was like, I think 18, and we went to Houston to this rave place called Kryptonite, and Kryptonite is like, it was just like we're basically like fucking like Wild Greg's, where it's like there, but it's like in Houston under like a fucking bridge. So it's like they actually had a room where like everyone called it lovingly the rape room. Because you go in there and get raped.
Yeah.
It's like that happens in there. They compartmentalize things, and so it was a very wholesome establishment, much like a Chuck E. Cheese. So I go there, and I'm just like tripping acid, and just like fucking, it starts hitting me. Lights are going, and I'm like kind of like freaking out a little bit, and then we get in the car and take us back to Baytown, to my buddy's apartment, and I get into my truck where I have like my backpack, and I'm gonna follow the car of my buddies back to their house, and then I'm gonna spend the night there. And so I fucking she loves this story. So fucking does anyone else hear that fucking dog?
That dog watched me piss earlier, dude. It's on my dick.
Yeah. It's fucking, she assaulted you, bro. Actually, we have her locked up in a cage, so it's like fucking, we just whipping our dicks out in front of her.
You ever put a chick in that
You
cage,
can't pee
dude,
right
and
now,
make her
but I
bully through
can.
the cage, or-
It's like,
No, that would be no. I've never done anything like
You
that.
could probably get a white bitch to do it, dude.
but
If I could get anybody to do it, it would be.
Yeah!
There's no other. There's no
So that
other race
Fat Life
on
John,
Earth.
Nah,
like I've seen
Filipinos-
shit like
Filipino
that, like,
women
talking
do
about
things
Fat
really,
Life.
really-
People in an Austin thing too. There's definitely bitches out here doing
Yeah,
shit like
but
that.
continue what you're saying.
well, it hadn't really hit me, you know, kind of like, I thought like, oh shit, this has really hit me kind of feeling, but I was just feeling like good. And then I just like, they're like, hey man, are you good to drive home? Like, and everything. I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. It's all good. And I open up my door, and I get into my car, or I get in my truck, and I slam the door shut, and then all of a sudden it's just, vroom, just like perception just slowed down out of nowhere. Like I just fucking like hit slow motion, and I look over to what I thought was my fucking backpack. It was a ninja. Just like fucking, just like crouched over, like down there, like fucking, just like Ninja Gaiden, just right there, just like ready to guide me. And he goes, "Start the car, put your seatbelt on."
What?
And I'm like, hell yeah, dude. And so I'm like, I know this. In my logical brain, I'm thinking, oh shit, like this is my backpack, but it's actually like speaking to me like Dora the Explorer. And the thing where it's like, you know, like backpack is now a ninja, and I think that would be a good spin-off like thing for it. Anyway. So I was doing I was driving behind my buddy's car, and like one of my friends got one of those light up gloves, like where they have like the tips of the fingers have bulbs on them and stuff like that, and he's just doing that and like everything, and he sticks his hands out of the window of the car in front of me, and he starts doing that, and I'm just like, fuck, that's the most interesting thing I've ever seen in my life. And I'm looking at that, and I'm like, oh wait, I'm driving a car, and I look at the back of my buddy's car, and it's like Optimus Prime's face, and he just goes, you're getting too close. And I'm like, oh okay. And then it's back up, and like the ninja next to me was like, yeah, you were getting a little too close. I was gonna say something, but I just, you know, I thought you knew what you were doing. I'm like, speak up next time, all right?
Wow.
And the people in front of me throw cigarettes out of the windows. I think it's just one. And you know, like whenever you're at night, you see it hit the pavement, and there's like these sparks that just fly out, and it goes. It's very sudden. It's like a firework out of nowhere. I saw that like a million times over, where it's like all of a sudden it's raining fire all around me, and I'm like, okay, it's raining fire. There's a ninja next to me, and then there's fucking Optimus Prime telling me to speed up because of fucking I'm going 45 on the interstate, and just having a fucking panic attack. And then I get to my buddy's house. We just lay there on the ground while we told his dog Moose, like the dog's name was Moose, that like everything was going to be okay. And then like Moose was telling us like life secrets and stuff like that. He was telling us all kinds of crazy stuff. So yeah, rest in peace, Moose Dog. Yeah, he was fucking cool as fuck. Moose Dog, the blues dog. He's a cool ass dude. Taught me a lot about life. You know, how to drink water out of a bowl.
Yeah.
It's actually really hard to do, dude. It's like fucking,
Yeah.
It's really translated. Anyway.
Well, it's about that time.
These mushrooms are hitting me so
Yeah.
fucking hard right now, dude. This is fucking. We can cut that out.
Yeah. But it is getting that.
I think
It's
a
getting
live,
time for
John,
us
right? It's on
to.
the YouTube live stream.
Yeah, we're a bunch of sweaty boys,
Yeah.
dude.
Dude, I'm sweating so much. I'm butting the one.
Look at this
I thought it was
Rorschach
a
drawing
two.
I got right here, dude. It's like if you look into it, you can see a sweaty dude.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
we're coming to the end because we got to go ahead and get ready for Kill Tony.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, dude.
I appreciate you guys
I'm
both
excited
coming
for
to be
this
part
shit.
of this first episode as we reamp, Austin Comedy Network. You guys are both great guests. I appreciate you both coming. And that'll be a wrap from us today. Thank everybody for coming.
Swig.